Hi guys, this is Pestily and welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. In this video, I'm covering 100 Tarkov tips. Some of these are small, some are big ones, some I could make a whole video on, and other ones are just little things that might come in handy for you. Now, I'm trying my best to give you as much information in the shortest period of time possible. So if you do enjoy the video, make sure you smash that like button. And also, if you find certain points that you would like more information on, or you want more in-depth videos on this, put it down in the comments below. And I'm going to take notes with my editors to make more guides for you guys. So without further ado, let's crack straight into it. So starting off with the stash. Now, you can put backpacks inside backpacks to help save space. This can be as many as you want, and you can obviously make them smaller as you go. But if you do try and put them on your person, you can only have one of each individual backpack up to a certain size. So you need to make sure you need to be aware of that. You can use the delete key to delete any item in the game from your stash or drop it in raid. I've rebound mine to the U key to make it easier in the hideout or in the stash, where you can press U then Y and then quickly delete an item from existence from there. Different containers allow you to store different things. Holodilniks will make you store food, mag cases for magazines, med cases for meds. There are a lot of different items in this game. Therapist is the one you want to be targeting to get leveled up to be able to buy a majority of these, and some you will get from quests. Holding control and left click will put items from your backpack quickly into your stash, and this also works for selling to traders, as well as holding alt and then left click will also make it go to your inventory or on your person. So if you want to equip a gun or a rig nice and quickly, hold alt left click. Hold left click to pick up an item in your stash or inventory, and then press R to rotate it. Early on, before you have containers, you can use rigs in your stash to help maintain a bit of stash organization and increase the amount of stash size you have. Good rigs for this are stuff like black rocks, but there are other types of rigs out there you can pick up and capitalize on the size here. When moving around the hideout, you can use WASD to move the camera angle around to make it easier. If you want to split an ammo stack, hold control, left click and drag, and then drop it where you want to and select the amount you want to split. The hideout is definitely worth investing into. If you do this earlier in the wipe, particularly the Bitcoin farm can make you a large amount of profit over the entirety of a wipe. But also crafting in the hideout can also make you a lot of money. The earlier on you can upgrade these items and start crafting and using the hideout, the faster your skills will level up for the hideout, being hideout management and crafting. And this will also help you yield better profits and faster turnarounds later on. Movement. Be careful moving closest to bushes and barbed wire. It doesn't matter how fast you're moving. If you just brush up against it a little bit, it makes a very large audible noise. Pick your movement based around your situation. Sprint across open areas. Use slow and methodical movement around corners, holding a sight picture to be ready to snap onto any targets as you move around corners. If you're being shot at, use sprint and go through bushes. It breaks up their sight picture and makes it harder for them to get a clean shot on you. Whilst you won't be protected by the cover and the bullets will still be able to penetrate through the bush, they won't be able to get the easy picture on you to make the easy shot. Caps lock will make you go from full movement speed to the slowest movement speed in one press of a button. Use your mouse wheel to adjust your movement speed in increments, so then that way you can pick which speed you want to move at. Hold C and scroll your mouse wheel, and this will adjust your height in increments as well. Always keep an eye on the time of the raid. Once you learn the initial time of spawning in, you can dictate people's movements and figure out where people are going to be at certain times. So if they're going to be heading towards the extract or they're running towards certain loot areas, you'll be able to cross their path if you're trying to hunt them down, or avoid them if you're trying to evade them. Double tap O to see which extracts you can use. You can free look by holding down your mouse wheel. Use Q and E to lean around corners. This can also be done prone. Use Alt Q and Alt E to do a large sidestep. This can also be done whilst prone. Sometimes you can lay on your side in a stack of bodies by using Alt Q or Alt E, and this will make you appear dead to other players. Use this to your advantage. Always try to keep moving, as it's harder to hit someone moving than standing still. This includes when extracting. Rain makes it harder to hear footsteps, so use this to your advantage when pushing gunfights or moving between locations. You can learn a lot about your situation by sitting still in cover and listening to your surroundings. You want to hear if there's gunshots happening, what kind of gunshots there are, if there's 2 or 3 different kinds of gunshots at the same time to see if there's groups, and this will help give you a picture of what's going on in different areas of the map. Jump in and out of windows quickly to get away from fights or into cover. Sometimes you'll need to jump and then press C to crouch through the window. Gear. Headsets allow you to hear further and more sounds. However, the difference between each type of headset isn't in the amount of sound you hear, but the different types of treble and basses that you hear. So the distance will still be the same, but it'll be just what type of sound you'll be able to hear. Guns, ammo, and mags. Alt-T is to check how much ammo you have in your magazine. You can reload your mags with loose ammo by dragging rounds into the mag. Alt-right click changes the optical zoom or the reticle optics. This also changes from hot and cold in the thermal visions as well. Always try and top up your mags when you can. This can also be done while searching backpacks and rigs on people you've just killed. Make sure you have room for one mag on your rig so when you reload, you don't drop a mag. Double tapping R does a fast reload, which is about 0.5 of a second faster. However, you do drop the mag that you take out of your gun. Learn the different types of rounds and which are better than others. Ultimately, the ammunition is more important than the gun. A basic rule of thumb is the higher pen ammo you use, you want to aim for the head. But if it's just high damage ammo with low pen, you want to aim for the limbs. Go into offline raids with tracer rounds on guns that you enjoy using to figure out spots you can sit for long range snipes. You can even build range cards to get very accurate at sniping people. This works really well on maps like Shoreline, Woods, and Reserve, and you can actually get positions where you'll be able to get easy head taps as soon as you know the point of aim. You can adjust the zeroing using page up and down. However, in my opinion, at this time, it's best just to use the reticle mill dots to adjust point of aim, as ammo variations and different velocities can make zeroing very difficult. Healing. Bandages have different speeds in which they heal. Painkillers make it so you can run on blacked out limbs. This won't cause you to die unless your thorax goes to 0 or your head goes to 0. Each type of painkiller has different time durations and penalties. Be sure to check these before you use them. You only die if you get hit in your thorax or your head and it gets zeroed out. Otherwise, you'll need to bleed out to 0 health before you will die. Blacked out limbs make it difficult to ADS, being aimed down sight. Whenever given the opportunity, heal them with survival kits or CMS kits. Survival kits has more uses and takes longer with less damage to the limb. However, CMS kits is faster, less users, and damages the limb more. There is a skill that will speed up this over time, but generally the CMS kit using less base can work out better for you in the long run. Combat. Fuck off, fly. Immediately after a fight, make the decision to either quickly clear and loot or to leave the body and move on. Geared players are generally out for a fight and will push gunshots, particularly if there is a big battle. Grenades don't do any shrapnel damage. They only have a blast radius. If you are within a certain distance of a grenade in clear line of sight of the grenade, you will die. But you cannot die outside that blast radius. There is nothing wrong with running away from a fight. Pick your battles where possible to increase survivability. Double tap V to do a quick melee attack. This can work really well when trying to break windows. If a body part is blacked out, it will spread the bullet's damage across the other body parts. It's around 1/7 of the damage. Leave scavs alive sometimes so you can hear where other people cross their paths and you can ambush them later on down the track. This works really well when you're trying to hunt down PMCs, using scavs to bait in players and then you'll be able to ambush them from other locations. When in a fight, always try to reposition when possible. Repicking can often mean death against players and scavs. Even just simply moving to the other side of a rock will increase your survivability chance because they have to move their crosshair to the other side. Grenades can put raiders and scav bosses out of position for easier kills. They can also make camping players move from their angle they are holding. Use them a lot. When shooting a mag against a player at full auto, stop halfway through the mag. Sometimes players will think you are reloading and they'll push. This works extremely well with 60 round mags. Alternatively, if you panic shoot, stopping halfway through the mag can give you an opportunity to readjust the aim on target. Scav bosses. Most scav bosses have tactics that you can use to kill them. However, it's a lot easier to kill them when you know they're in the map. Sturman, you'll hear shooting an SVD pretty much from anywhere in the map, and other bosses are very similar. Listen for these audio cues so you know they're there in the map. I can make a full guide on this because there is so much to cover. Scav runs. All loot you forget to transfer at the end of the raid will be lost. Player scavs will spawn in later than normal PMCs. Use this to your advantage by going to the high combat areas and looking for fights that may have gone down. If you do see PMC bodies on the ground, look for people trying to hide items for insurance fraud. The scav loadout is free, so take advantage of it as much as possible, make as much money as possible. It also does make it easier to find task items because you'll have less threat from scavs when scouring around the map. Looting. Higher level dog tags are worth more. Every level is by 360 ruble. Even if you don't want to loot a body, press F on it and tab out instantly to get the loot XP. If a scav has a high amount of loot XP, there's potential for a good key or items on them in their pockets and backpack. So ensure to check the bottom right hand corner of the screen to see how much XP that scav gave. Pressing down the mouse wheel will fold the stocks on guns and examine unexamined items. Jackets can spawn any random keys in the game. If you see a jacket, make sure you loot it. Duffel bags have nearly every single item on the loot table minus keys. Hidden stashes, caches can spawn the best armors, helmets, and rigs in the game, as well as the majority of other items on the loot table. Always check the hidden stashes and check other maps on the Wikipedia page or my guides for more information on where they're located. Learn a good hidden stash run. Particularly for Shoreline, this works really well for making money without much threat of running into PMCs. Nighttime raids have around 10 to 20% of the players that would be normally in a raid and makes for great opportunity to make loot runs. Spam Z after you open a container to go prone while looting. While looting, always listen for footsteps or noises around you to get a picture of what's happening and where to run if you engage whilst looting. Learn the prices of items and value them as value per squares taken up. This is how to optimize your amount of value looted. Look at the items you need for tasks, particularly ones you haven't even got up to yet. The wiki has a great image which shows you all the found in raid items you need over the course of a playthrough. Also look for items you need for the hideout. You can buy most of these on the flea market, but you can put them into your container. So even if you die, you still get the value of using them on your hideout. Don't get sucked into selling everything on the flea market. Some items will sell for more to traders. At the time of making this video, the way you want to sell to traders is Ragman, then Jaeger and Therapist sell for the same amount, Mechanic, Prapper, Skier, Peacekeeper, then Fence. Always loot safes. They're worth about 44,000 rubles on average and are rarely looted. Mats. Learn the maps in offline mode. I have guides for each of these. Have them open on a different monitor and follow me around. Once you're comfortable getting into these maps, go online, as every raid that you play online is giving you progression in skills and potentially making you money. Learn all the PMC spawns. This will help you immensely. Learn all the extracts and take advantage of the Red Rebel and No Backpack extract. Don't relax near extracts. After you've been in a raid for a long period of time, it's common for people to be camping these extracts and you'll get complacent as you're heading out. Learn the places that people commonly camp and check them as you head past. Always be on high alert near them. Customs. The car extract costs 7,000 rubles instead of 3,000 like Interchange and Woods. There are 5 sniper scav spawns on customs. Learn these as they can ruin your day when you don't pay attention to them and they get a shot off on you. But also if you kill them and they fall off the roof, you can get really great guns, ammunition, and sights from them. If you get the closest spawn to dorms, you should take advantage of it and rush there first. You can camp it as people push into you, or you can go straight to the marked room, get the loot, and get away from it. Shoreline. The swamp area makes it really difficult to move around and you'll be stuck in the open. However, there is great loot around the swamp from hidden stashes, and also there's a greenhouse that has great barter trade items and loot in there as well. Interchange. If the extract lights up green as you're running around, you'll be able to tell that the power is on. There's also an audible noise that you'll hear from alarms, and sometimes it's switching on. That will give away that the power has been switched on. Once the power is on, keep an eye out for the Kiba store and the Ultra Medical room, as people will be heading there very quickly to try and get the high tier loot. Food and drink. Eat and drink everything you find in raid, and this will help you increase your metabolism skill. This skill will only be leveled, however, whilst you're actually going up in hydration or up in hunger.
So good and tasty.
Your health skill will also reduce the dehydration and starvation rate of your skills. Pretty much everything you do in Tarkov levels a skill in some way. Each skill has diminishing returns, and after you get about 3 to 4 skill points in a raid, it will go down to a very low leveling speed. If you don't use that skill for 5 minutes, the diminishing return is removed and goes back up to 100%. If you have excessive grenades, feel free to throw a few of them, as it will help level up your strength skill and strength is very important for being able to sprint around faster. Sounds and communication. Getting familiar with different noises around the map. Some spots have distinguishable noises that can give away someone's exact location. An easy one to note is on Factory in the top floor. There's a glass crackle noise right outside the offices, and you'll know that someone's at the top of the staircase. Learn these key noises and that will make you win a lot more fights. Play with the volume up as high as you feel comfortable to hear all the little noises that happen around you. You'll catch people creeping out this way. Please take care of your hearing, however. If you press F1, you will mumble random things in game. If you shoot and then press F1, it'll say more aggressive things. Listen to the type of gunshots and grenades around the map. This can tell you about scav bosses being spawned, positions of players, and the gear they're using. If you think you heard something, you most likely did. Trust your gut, stop looting, and get ready for a fight or start running. The last 3 to finish up. Whenever you go into a raid, always have an objective in mind. Even a simple objective can increase your survival rate, giving you direction and purpose in that raid. Game settings can have a huge difference on your PC performance. Some maps always run like shit, like Reserve. However, I find my settings work really well, and feel free to copy them. Last, but the most important tip I can give you. Do what you find fun and enjoy, not what other people tell you to do to have fun and enjoy. This is a life lesson as well. So guys, that is it for this video. Hopefully you found something that was useful to learn. I do want to make a lot more guides. I've been really neglecting my guides over the last few months. However, it's just been a really busy period of my life, transiting back to Australia and getting set up and all that good stuff. So if you like this video, please smash the shit out of the like button and comment for the YouTube algorithm. It does really help out. I do stream on Twitch every day of the week if you're new to the channel, so make sure you go give me a follow there. I do stream every day, so feel free to pop in, say good day. I got links down below to my other YouTube channels. I have my whole live streams up on a VOD channel, as well as I have an outdoor channel. And to the channel, I just do a lot of banter and random talking. So feel free to check them out. Otherwise, lastly, guys, I'll see you next time.